There we go. So what was your question, Cody?
How many hit points does she have?
How many points does Yagra Strongfist
Yeah.
have? You don't know, dude.
Okay, my first guy's gonna heal. My first one of my assistants places the healing potion back with the owner, and then another one just does 1 HP heal, 1 HP heal until he feels like he's healed her fully, based on her expression.
Okay, yeah. So she is incredibly grateful for all of your assistance, Cody, and she hands you a card that has her name, and on the back there's a picture of a winged serpent. And she says, if you ever need any aid, present this card and you will be helped.
My character says, so you're a Zentarum.
Here in Waterdeep, we don't speak such matters, but we do know that the men who attacked me are followers of a very dark underground force that seeks to disrupt everything that this city stands for.
Like the Xanathar.
Correct.
Do you
The
have any-
Xanathar Guild is growing in its ferocity and its aggression, and has recently started attacking members of my family openly in the city streets, like you saw here tonight. The battle is getting worse.
My character says, do you know what the Xantarum symbol looks like?
The Zentarum is not something we speak of.
I mean the Xanathar's symbol.
Generally, it's a circle with some rays and some additional circles.
To stand for the Xanathar,
It looks like the
who's a
star
beholder.
or the sun.
Oh, because we were attacked. Because I was attacked by some bandits, and I fought them off, and I tore off a piece of cloth.
Where did this attack occur?
Around the crime-filled area. I need a map. What's the area with the highest amount of crime again?
Well, so you guys. You guys are here at the Yawning Portal, right? Which is kind of in the Castle Ward.
Yeah.
And the Southern Dark Wards, the Southern Ward or the Dock Wards are the two most dangerous areas.
It was probably
Down here, Cody. Southern Ward and the Dark Ward.
It was the Dock Ward.
In the dock, yeah, things have gotten very out of control down there. I encourage you not to even go out at night. It's become even more dangerous than the City of the Dead, if you know what I mean.
And my character is going to say, the bandits were carrying these, and I show a metal pendant showing a beholder that I stole from one of them.
Oh, wow.
I think it was something like silver or a high-quality metal.
Yeah, she would like to purchase that from you.
How much money are you going
She's
for?
going to give you 10 gold.
Deal. So are you going to use this as proof that the Xanathar exists?
Correct. Well, and to show members of my family the horrors that are occurring on the streets on a daily basis, letting them know that the violence is spreading.
Instead of shrinking.
Correct.
Okay, 95 instead of originally stated. So I'll just leave my books right here.
Okay.
Get out some of my minis. Okay. My assistants are these. These are my assistants.
And what are their names?
Copper, tin, and bronze. And there's me, Steelheart Darkblade. I think it was either that or Steelheart Shadow Dagger. That's not Darkblade.
Okay, so Steelheart, you've
And I think he's noticing my character's +1 plate.
yeah, Yagra's very impressed with your plate mail.
I say every member of Force of Right can choose to get one of these once they've reached a certain level of skill. Very low, yet not beginning.
Excellent, excellent. Well, thank you again very much. I need to be going, and it looks like someone at the bar is trying to get your attention. And as you look over, you see a jolly, large man with a large beard waving at you from the bar, kind of motioning you towards him.
Wait, that was 10 gold pieces.
Correct.
Oops. That means...
Oops, set? Yeah. $1.
1, 0, 4. And this cap is my character's elephant.
Okay.
And this will stand for the tiny...
I don't know if you've purchased the elephant yet, Cody. That's going to require some role playing, I think. You can't just walk in and get a elephant.
Okay, and my character says, do you have any ideas of where I can purchase an elephant?
Who do you ask this to?
I'm just going to ask the first person I see.
There's a guy summoning you from the bar.
Okay, I'll go to him.
So you approach.
I say, what is it, and do you have any idea of where I can buy an elephant?
The man looks like this.
Volo Geltrap.
But he looks a little
Geltrap.
stressed out, like he's got a problem. You approach and you ask him where you can buy an elephant? An excellent, excellent question, and one I did not expect. As you are no doubt aware, the greatest of pachyderms live in Chult, a land I have recently investigated thoroughly and written a fine tome. I don't know if you purchased this. And from his satchel, he presents a book. Volo's Guide to Chult.
Oh,
and he offers to sell it to you for a mere 2 silver.
2 silver. And you also have Volo's Guide to Monsters.
Volo's Guide to a collected guide to. I do not. My tomes are more focused on regions, not on specific creatures.
Why don't you place them all in one?
An excellent idea. A tome of foes.
Have you ever heard of the wizard Mordekainen?
Well, as you know, I'm currently working on a great book on spirits and sprites and other haunts, particularly ghosts that dwell here in Waterdeep. Quite an interesting subject.
Oh.
Not just the City of the Dead, but throughout this neighborhood, there's a great population of spirits and sprites and other ethereal creatures, many of which are from the necrotic realms.
My character says, do you know that vampires live in the city of Waterdeep?
You don't say! There is rumor of an ancient vampire that may have been here since before even Undermountain was... before this tavern was built.
Yes, it's true.
Have you met this creature?
No.
Could you make an introduction for me?
I forget what his name is, but he lives in a dungeon called the Furnace Dungeon.
Furnace Dungeon. And where did you come by this information, sir? I've forgotten your name.
Steelheart.
Steelheart. I saw your skill with the blade and the oil there when you defeated the troll. Quite impressive.
It's only a rumor, but I have looked into it's accessed by a sewer.
Well, there's no shortages of sewers here in Waterdeep. Ha ha ha!
Yeah. So you can't know where it is.
Interesting, interesting. Here, Cody, let's move the books so people don't trip over them. Maybe put them under the table?
Yeah.
Can you kick them under?
Do you have any info on where to find an elephant?
Well, there is a
I bought the book from him.
There is a very interesting shop that you will probably want to visit in the morning. It's an emporium of exotic beasts. They provide some of the finer animals for the circus.
Okay.
And my understanding is that a large caravan of circus performers recently arrived in the city in preparation for a giant holiday.
Okay. I'll check first with the performer, seeing if I can buy an elephant from them.
Excellent. But that brings me to the business that I have urgent need of some assistance for.
What is it?
Well, my good friend Floon has gone missing, you see.
Yes, I've heard he has more beauty than wits.
Ha 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 ha! You've met Floon, I see.
No.
A great wit he is, but you're right. A charmer with the ladies, to be sure.
I have not met him. I've only heard.
Ah, yes. A prince among men, a great man. We were out doing some research last night in a tavern in one of the seedier sections of town, and I left him with some companions, and unfortunately he didn't arrive home last night, and I'm concerned that he may have been caught up in some of the shenanigans that are going on in the streets these days. There's been a tremendous increase in violence, and we were located in a rather shady part of town, if you know what I mean.
So the dock district or the southern district?
Well, it's right in between the dock ward and the southern ward, interestingly enough.
That just seems like the perfect place for crime to happen.
Yes. You'll need to go down to the docks, or down into the dock ward using Castle Street, of course, and then right where Castle Street hits the T is where you will, it's just around back, if you will, where I was last with him.
Okay.
It's a tavern called the Skewered Dragon.
Okay.
It's between Net Street and Fillet Lane.
So how much danger do you predict he's in?
Well, he may still be there, for all I know. It's not a tavern I would necessarily travel to alone at night.
What if you have 3 companions, as my companions just
I think you'll be safe, but I would watch yourself.
And if
You saw the outbreak that occurred here, even in this fine establishment.
And if I had an elephant, what would you say my chances would be?
Well, I'm pretty sure that the City Watch would not approve of you riding an elephant through town. Perhaps if you got a baby elephant, something only about the size of a horse, it might be a little bit more appropriate. But again, even horses and wagons are not permitted on city streets after dark.
But
only chariots and licensed chariots.
Doesn't the elephant come with an elephant license?
I don't know. I've never purchased an elephant.
Why don't you?
As I said, I've seen the pachyderm races in Chult. Fantastic event.
I've heard there are dinosaurs still there.
That is a truth. That is a serious truth. I've seen them with my own eye. Huge creatures, reptilian in nature, with feathers.
And some.
Correct.
Not all.
Not all.
And then I'm going to ask him, so why don't you purchase a creature to move at a higher speed?
Why don't I purchase a creature to travel at a higher speed?
With all this,
I prefer to walk. It is how man was meant to traverse,
Okay.
and I have traversed much of this land on foot. Faerun has opened its vast mysteries and wonders to me.
But my character is going to say, why don't you buy a donkey to supply what you're carrying?
I prefer to travel light. Less risk of brigands trying to abduct my research.
Then why don't you just have your books held in there so you can sell them?
Well, one thing that is true, that books only sell in large urban areas like this. For example, tonight I've sold more than 15 copies of my most recent guide to Chult.
And do you ever carry weapons when you're traveling to an unknown area?
I try to travel light and not intimidate anyone with my prowess or weapons.
So then just hide it under your clothing.
Yes, good idea. Safety is important in some of these areas.
Like, why don't you travel with a dagger or 2?
Excellent advice. But more importantly, I need you to go see if you can find my good friend Flume.
Okay. I'm going to head over and check to see where I can buy an elephant.
So the area that he told you about that might have exotic animals is definitely not open at night. Closes at dusk.
Okay. So that means I won't be able to have my elephant for the first encounter. So now my character is going to go over to the dock. To the dock district. To the dock ward.
Okay.
And then go to the area between on the street that he mentioned.
So you head down Castle Street, and Castle Street goes from kind of it's a large like culvert. It's a big thoroughfare. It goes straight down into the dock area where it hits a T.
Okay. And what happens?
As you reach the corner where the T exists, you find yourself on a street that has been cordoned off by the City Watch. Laying on the cobblestone are a half-dozen corpses, seemingly victims of some terrible skirmish. Watch officers have disarmed and arrested 3 blood-drenched humans are in the midst of questioning witnesses. One of the officers sees you. Carry on, nothing to see here, he says.
And my character is going to ask the city guard, does purchasing an elephant come with the license here?
Have you been drinking, sir?
No.
Of course, you would need a license to have an elephant in the city. Plus, exotic animals are not permitted in the city.
I thought that such a creature would include the license with such a hefty price.
Licensing would just incur transport in and out of the city for the purchase of sale or transfer of ownership. The animal must be housed outside of the city walls at all times. Exotic beasts can run rampant and cause all sorts of damage. Plus, their waste can stink up the place. Ha ha ha! Now, please,
I thought we had the dung sweepers.
Move along.
Okay,
And he asks you to keep moving along.
Okay, I will.
You just keep walking?
Yeah, just till I get to where my quest
Tall,
is.
densely packed tenements, so like slum housing, Cody, leave most of the neighborhood in shadow at ground level. Most of the street lamps have had their glass smashed and their candles stolen, and the smell of salt in the air and excrement linger as you pass by rows of run-down buildings. You're kind of having trouble finding your way, too. The streets are narrow and winding, but you do find Fillet Lane, and you remember that Volo did mention Fillet Lane, so you turn onto Fillet Lane, and you see a shop that is well lit. It's almost glowing in purple. One nearby shop stands out from the others. It has deep purple facade, and its window hangs a stuffed beholder. Above the door hangs a sign whose elaborate letters spell out Old Zoblob Shop.
Okay, I'll head there.
Okay.
But my flail is, my hand is near my flail, and my shield is equipped.
Gotcha. So you approach Old Zoblob Shop. You open the door.
Yes.
A cloud of lavender-scented purple smoke trails out of the shop's doors as you peer inside. Every wall is painted purple, and every dusty knickknack on the shelves is dyed in purple-violet. Okay. A hairless old gnome, sitting cross-legged on the counter, wears plum-colored robe. His cheeks are decorated with 9 purple-painted eyes. The gnome lowers his pipe and expels a cloud of lavender smoke before raising his hand. Hail and well met. Come browse the shelves of the most curious curiosity shop in all of the realms. And on the shelves, Cody, there are curiosities. All sorts of strange trinkets lining elaborate shelves. Like, it appears that there's more shelves in the shop than there's room in the shop, right? There's just hundreds of shelves. And on each shelf, there'll just be small, actual trinkets from the player's handbook for sale.
My character is going to ask, may I buy a cloak with 100 pockets on the inside?
Of course! A great gnome like yourself would need something that important. I can see that clearly.
How much?
He takes you to a counter where there's a small gnome-sized cloak with 100 pockets on the inside.
How much are you charging for it?
Well, how about we start the bidding at 10 gold pieces. My favorite number, don't you know? And he starts kind of pointing at the eyes that he's painted all over his head.
I'm gonna say 4.
4? What, who have you here? Who are these young gentlemen?
Okay, 5. Final offer.
5 is reasonable. I am willing to sell for 5. Can I offer you any other fantastic otherworldly trinkets?
Can I have 3 of them for a total of 15?
Yes, you may, but I don't know if I have some small enough for the children.
My character technically is small, even by gnome standards.
Okay.
Got it.
He has 2 that are small enough for children, but one of them's human-sized.
So, like a human child?
Mm-mm.
So,
like a human.
How much money would it be to have that tailored added? 4?
Oh, an interesting prospect. Perhaps we could cast a spell upon the cloak and shrink it.
Okay, so would it be 4 gold pieces to tailor it?
Well, you'll purchase it for 5, and we'll tailor it for 10. 10 is the greatest number, don't you think?
So 10 total. 10 total for the jacket?
10. Yes, 10.
A 10 of total for the one
10
jacket.
of total.
Yes.
10 is the total number. Zoblob always says that. Old Zoblob is a fine believer.
Thanks again for the coffee.
No problem, man.
Have a good night.
You too. Be safe.
Okay. Bye.
What are you bringing home? You're bringing your work home?
I just carry out like my extra credit cards, my phone charger, my hairbrush.
Got it.
Okay, see
See
ya.
ya.
Okay, so now that I've bought them... Oh, I forgot to ask my assistants. Would you like a jacket with 100 pockets? I asked my character's assistants. Cause
No,
you
the
can,
NPCs?
Yeah.
Would they? Of course they would. They would like anything.
What's the quality of these cloaks?
Pretty good. But they are dyed purple.
So, not too bad.
Not too bad, but purple.
Yeah. Purple's the color of kings.
Sure.
No, literally, that's actually what the color of kings was. Do you know why?
Why?
Purple dye was so expensive, only royalty could afford it.
And Prince.
Yeah, I said royalty.
Yes.
He's royalty, David. Come
Yeah.
on.
Come on, I knew that. God of Minnesota.
Okay, so my character buys them all and hands
So
my...
20 gold, right?
Yes, I've
3
purchased.
for 5 and 1 for tailoring. He takes it in the back and starts muttering and going through what appears to be a collection of spell books.
No, wait, I thought I only bought 3 of them.
3 for 15.
Okay, 3 for
And then
15.
1 you're tailoring for an additional 5, so 20 gold altogether.
Okay, 70.
What brings you to the exciting Zoblob shop on such a wonderful evening? Such a magical night?
I'm here on business.
What would that business be, pray tell?
Private.
Interesting, a private mission into the dock ward late at night. I sense that you're here for drinking and debauchery.
I'm searching for a friend of Volo's. Do you know where I could find him?
I think I saw Volo and his friend Floon coming through last night. They always stop in for a quick bite.
At where?
At my shop, to share stories and learn some of the mysteries that only Zoblob knows.
Let me guess. You work for the Xanathar.
Oh, come now. Zoblob, hey man, how are you? Good to see you. Zoblob is way more powerful than the Xanathars. The Xanathar is a small orb in the cosmic scheme of things, where Zoblob is an infinitely powerful being beyond all realms.
Do you know... Okay, then a quiz. Do you know who Mordekainen is?
The Great Wizard? The
Correct.
sorcerer from another realm?
Yes.
He was recently doing a stand-up poetry at the Yawning Portal, I understand.
No.
No.
You've got it. I was at... Because if you were the most powerful being, you would know
I'm
more
not the
about
most
him.
powerful being. The Zoblob is the most powerful being.
And I thought you were the Zoblob.
No, I've just taken his name, because as you know, the Zoblob hangs in the window, and everyone refers to this store as Zoblobs. It seemed kind of difficult to enforce the change of the language. It was easier for me just to take his name.
Ah. So, Zoblob was a Xanathar, I propose? No. A beholder who chose the job of Xanathar?
Zoblob is the speaker of spores, the carrier of wisdom.
My character says, Okay, I'll go to the tavern now.
Oh, I think that's exactly where Volo and Floon were going the other night.
Okay.
Can you describe him?
Can you describe
Comic
Flu?
shop
Correct.
days when?
Yes, describe Flu to me.
Oh, you said those labels up.
Oh, Floon is a very, very beautiful man, but not so wise.
What would
That was
you
like-
A well-dressed fellow of similar appearance and bearing.
just describe hair color,
But
eye color?
what's interesting is I believe that I saw him after Volo and him came through the shop, maybe 2 hours later. There was quite a confrontation, a ruckus outside the shop, and I think that your friend Floon may have been involved in that ruckus.
I'm not his friend. It's my business.
It's your business, but I think he was attacked by perhaps 5 separate men, and one of them had a black tattoo of a winged snake on his neck.
That means the Zentarum.
There was quite a fight outside. It looked like they were dragging him off.
I'm going to go back to the yawning portal.
And Floon was putting up a good fight. You should probably check at the Skewered Dragon, though.
Okay,
Someone
I'll
there
check
might
there.
have more information on actually what happened.
I'll go to the Skewered Dragon.
Have you been there before? It's nearby.
No. Can you give me instructions there? Maybe a small map to it?
Sure. He gets out a piece of paper, Cody.
Oh, he's still going? It seems it's near the end.
9 is supposed to come out on the 8th.
When are they going to? You know, how long are they going to?
No idea.
Because I'm following it, and obviously reading it. It feels
And
like it's
he goes like
ending.
this.
It feels it's coming to a good closure.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. They might just restart it again. Because the whole thing's about infinite.
Right, yeah, I can keep
So it's
going.
but I think there's a good way to wrap it. It has to wrap up sometime.
So,
Okay, so you are here
Yeah,
at the Great Zolob Central Store. What you need to do is go out of the store and around the alley and down the street and around the corner and over the block and around the bend and over the bridge and down the street and around the corner and back around and up and down. Here you go.
So I'll follow the map to the best
The
of my
map is
ability.
complete insanity, Cody. It makes no sense whatsoever.
So how I have a wisdom check, am I gonna have to make her read it? Right.
Correct.
What's gonna be the intelligence or wisdom check? Choose intelligence or wisdom for the check I have to make.
What are you trying to do?
Figure out what it looks like.
Well, the Skewered
Figure-
Dragon, you know from Volo just telling you, is it faces an alley on Net Street and Fillet Lane. You're currently on Fillet Lane.
Okay, I'm going to head to it.
Okay. So you exit the shop and you go left or right? Do you want to go towards the water and towards the kind of dock wards area, or do you want to go the other direction?
Other direction.
Okay. You head about a block away, and you see what appears to be a ruin. Both its front-facing windows are smashed, and a ship's anchor is lodged in the roof of this decrepit building. Through the window, you can see a group of haggard patrons drinking from huge tankards of beer.
My character is going to ask, is this the dragon in?
Skewered Dragon.
Skewered Dragon? Is this?
You enter and ask?
Yes.
Yeah, as you go in, there's no sign outside or anything like that, but the man behind the bar says, "Aye, 'tis the Skewered Dragon. May I get you a beer?"
Do you have other drinks?
Yes, what would you like?
Maybe some tea.
Absolutely. Let me brew you up a fresh pot. And he turns and he starts brewing a pot of tea at the stove or at the fire.
And now I'm going to check. What's the name of Volo's friend again?
Floon.
My character says, do you know where Floon is?
You ask the bartender, or who do you ask? There's about 4 men drinking in the
The
bar. as well.
bartender. When was Floon last here?
Floon?
Yes.
Floon? I'm not sure I know anyone named Floon.
Friend
There
of
was a dandy in here last night.
friend of Volo.
Ah, yes, Vola was in here. And there's the 4 men that are behind you, Cody, at the bar, or at the table, are playing Three Dragon Ante. And at the mention of Volo, they all laugh and start cheering and making, yes, Volo wasn't here, brought quite a night.
Was he with anyone else?
Well, he came with his friend Floon, and then
And then what?
Renair Nevermember showed up.
Never Ember?
Correct. Chip of the old block, that one, sneers one patron. Just another spoiled rich noble who'd like to rub our noses in it. They drank 2 or 3 drinks and played some Three Dragon Ante before leaving up Candle Lane.
And then my character is gonna say, now my character is gonna say, as soon as I get my tea and drink it, I'm going to head towards Dragon Lane.
Right, when you go up to Dragon Lane, there's a snake symbol on one of the doors, a warehouse, where the gentlemen that were following the Lord were... When he left last night, a group of gentlemen followed him. They generally are at this Candle Lane warehouse with a dragon over a flying snake over the door.
Okay, I'll head there.
Okay. So it is starting to get later at night, Cody, so it's about 9 o'clock. It's dark out. The buildings on either side of Candle Lane are so tall and so tightly packed together that light touches the street only at high sun, so it's pitch black. Gloom envelops the narrow alley, as dark as a dungeon and as odorous as one too. Nearly all the streetlights have been smashed. The only light that pierces the darkness is a faint flickering from down the lane like a distant candle.
I think I have a...
As you approach the lamp, you're standing underneath the lamp, and across the way you do see a door with a black winged snake painted above the handle. It's a warehouse. The windows are still intact. There's a door. Above the door, it looks like there's a peephole.
I'm going to look inside.
It's a 2-story ramshackle warehouse. How would you like to look inside?
Just look through the window.
You're going to be sneaky, or you're just going to walk up and check the window?
So I'm going to try to make a stealth check with it.
Okay.
Okay. So stealth check?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's see. Skills. Okay, so I'm just gonna make a +2 check. Natural 20.
Oh, man. So as you approach the window, Cody,
Yeah.
you see looking out the window, like looking around furtively, it looks like a bird man, like a raven, looking through the window. And you see that he's carrying in his hand what appears to be a blade, perhaps a short sword. And he checks around the window, he's looking outside, and then he walks back into the area. As you peer up and look over, you see that there's piles of boxes inside the warehouse, and there is a Kenku walking back to 2 of his comrades, standing over what appears to be a pile of dead bodies.
Does a body that's described looks like Floon? Do I see one of those?
What is it?
Do I see a body that looks somewhat like Floon's?
You do not. Interestingly enough, from where you are, it's difficult to see the bodies. Give me a, let's see, a perception check.
Can I also do investigation instead?
Mm-hmm.
No, wait, I'll do perception. One, three.
Yeah, so from where you are, it's hard to see. One of the bodies does appear bald with a tattoo on his head, similar to what you saw in the yawning portal.
Okay.
The other look more just like normal-looking human thugs kind of guys.
Okay.
But it's hard to see. There's the warehouse is poorly lit.
One guy looks like he's from the Yawning Portal.
No. Looks. Remember the guy in the yawning portal that had the shaved head with a tattoo of an eye?
Yeah.
Looks similar to that.
And my character is going to ask the NPCs to also look to check the bodies. So each one has a +1 perception. First one, 6. Second one, 5. And last one, 11.
So what are these checks for?
To see if they see any of them look like Floon.
No, none of them look like Floon. You've heard Floon described as being fancy dressed. None of the bodies appear fancy dressed.
Okay, then I'm gonna go in and my character says, "You seem like the description of the people who kidnapped Floon." As my character has his shield up and flail at the ready.
Hold on just a second.
Initiative's gonna be coming.
So what, you're just going to go around to the front and kick in the front door, or you're going to smash open this window, or what's your plan to get into the building?
Smash the window with a flail. What could
Okay.
go wrong?
And then try to dive through the window? Is
Yes.
that the plan? Okay.
Dexterity acrobatics check.
Yep.
Okay, let's see. 17. And now
17.
my character's
So you
assistant.
smash the window and dive through, Cody, and you land inside the warehouse. Tables and chairs have been carelessly tossed across the floor. The corpses of a dozen men lie along the wall, so more corpses than you thought. There are rapiers and daggers lying nearby. On the north side of the area, stairs rise in an open level above. So these bodies all look like they have Zentarum. The dead bodies all mostly look like they have Zentarum body. Like they have tattoos on their hands of winged snakes, or they're wearing brooches of winged snakes. except for 2 or 3 that look bald with tattoos of eyes, and then there are the 3 Kenku. 3 short avian creatures with long beaks and black feathers look over in surprise from where they stand in the middle of the warehouse. Each wears a hooded cloak and wields a short sword.
My character hopes that his assistants will jump in to help in the fight.
What's that?
Do my character's assistants just open the door to enter instead of my dramatic entrance?
So you've dove in. You're on the ground. There's 3 Kenku here, and you've got your flail out, and you're in the middle of the room. What do the NPCs want to do?
You choose. You control them in everything until combat begins.
So they're gonna just try to climb through the window after.
I'm surprised they aren't going to take the easy way.
Go around to the front door?
Yeah.
They're worried that the front door may be locked or otherwise barred.
Okay, so I make them all have an acrobatics check.
Okay.
First one, a 3.
Oh, he's struggling to get through the window.
Does he make it through?
It's not.
He's like he's like keeping his hands up.
Correct.
Just dangling.
Trying not to get cut. He's worried about the glass.
Next one, 16.
Easily climbs through.
Last one, natural 20.
Easily vaults through and is standing right beside
Jumps
you.
through, somersaults, lands on his feet.
Exactly.
The second guy is going to try to climb up again.
Yes.
And let's look at his second try, 15.
There, he's able to get in.
But it's barely.
Right. He'll be in next round, not this first round. But I will give you a surprise round against the Kenku, Cody. What would you like to do?
I'm going to charge at the first one with my flail.
Okay.
I get a 6.
To hit?
Yes.
That is a miss.
My character's other helpers my character's other assistants are gonna go for their light crossbows. First guy, 12.
A 12
Yes.
is a miss.
Last guy, 12 again.
12 is also a miss.
Now roll initiative.
Yeah, that was your surprise round. So there's 3 Kenku.
So they just get attacked and nothing hits them.
So far, nothing has hit them.
Like we just missed drastically. So we're ridiculously off accuracy. I'm like, geez, I don't fight for one night, and I'm so rusty. Can I choose my assistants to say something?
Mm-hmm.
Me and my assistants all say at the same time, we don't train for one night, and we're already as rusty as it's our first time ever.
Okay, here.
So I have a 18. My next guy has a
These are
11?
your initiative rolls?
Yeah, 4.
Okay, so the
And now for the
Kenku-
final
Wait,
guy,
hold on. I need names and stuff, Cody.
he
Hold on.
has a 3.
Kenku have 8. Okay, so Steelheart.
18,
Okay. And then Copper
11,
and Tin
5,
and Bronze.
3.
And which one is still outside?
Bronze.
Okay.
So he enters in after everyone else.
So it's going to go Steelheart, Copper, Kenku, Tin, and Bronze. And Bronze gets no action this first round. Because he's still outside. Okay, so Steelheart, you're up. 3 Kenku.
I am going to attack.
Absolutely.
My character pulls out my character still wielding his flail.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going for my second flail attack.
Let's see it.
Flail charge, another miss.
What did you get?
6.
A 6 is a miss.
This is just my worst game ever.
Not off to a very good start. Okay, so that's Steelheart round 1. Copper's turn.
Another miss.
What's Copper doing?
He attacked with an 8.
Using his...
Short sword.
And he missed with the what?
With an 8.
Dude, that's not very good,
9.
buddy. What's going on? Might need to get some new dice.
My character says... my characters forgot to train for 1 week, and they are as rusty as can be.
Okay, so now it's the Kenku's turn, right?
Yes.
short sword. So the Kenku will run up to you, Cody, both of them, or two of them, and attack with short swords. 22 and a 6.
22.
Uh-huh.
That just barely hits.
Okay, take 5 points of piercing damage as he stabs you with his short sword.
You just hit me in the side of the neck.
Right, and the third one is going to go after Bronze at the window. He's actually going to run up to the window and swing his short sword down and try to keep Bronze from entering. And he gets a 7.
That's a miss.
Okay. That is it for the first round.
Okay.
Round.
Wait, we forgot Bronze just entered the room.
Oh no! Did Tin? No, Tin didn't go either.
Oh,
Tin
yeah.
gets to go.
Tin goes.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
He's going to attack with his short sword.
Okay. Which
And
one is he attacking?
He's attacking the... Where do you have the Kenku? Have you drawn the battlefield yet?
I haven't. It's kind of an open warehouse battle, so I think we can just do Theater of the Mind for this combat
Okay,
session.
where's the nearest one?
So there's two that are posted up against Steelheart.
Okay, he's gonna go up to where the closest one to Bronze.
Okay, so there's one at the window where you guys dove through, and
Yeah.
that's the one that's attacking Bronze. And so you get to attack him from behind. You actually have advantage on that attack roll because Bronze, the one that's attacking Bronze, is struggling to get through the window and attack.
So he charges at him.
Mm-hmm. And what's his attack roll? With advantage?
He has advantage because his enemy isn't seeing him.
Correct.
Okay, miss. And will a 20 hit.
A 20 hits the Kenku.
Take 3 points of damage.
Okay, that's K1.
KO.
K1 takes 3 points of damage. No, he's still alive.
Oh.
Okay, so that's the end of round 1. Round 2, Cody, it's Steelheart's turn.
Okay, I'm going to attack I'm going to attack the same guy I did last turn.
K1.
Miss.
What did you get?
I know it's a miss. 9.
Cody, what is going on
Next
with
guy.
you? Yes.
He attacks.
Copper.
11.
An 11 is a miss.
I'm switching my dice, Dad.
Okay, Kenku, 2 attacks on Steelheart. Natural 20, so a 25 and a 16.
25 and a 16.
Correct.
25 hits.
Take 5 points of
Wait,
damage.
how much did I take on the first hit?
5 points of damage. So you've taken a total of 10.
Okay.
Are you still alive?
Okay. I'm alive, and my character's showing no sign of pain or injury.
Okay, and then
All those hits on the neck.
the Kenku at the window who was attacking Bronze is going to turn and attack the minion that attacked him. That was Tin. So he's going to attack Tin, and he misses with a 7. It is Tin's turn.
Tin is going to swing. He's going for an attack. And now. And there. He's going to attack with his short sword. He will a 16 hit.
16 hits.
3 points of damage again, same guy.
Yep, got it. He's taking 6 points of damage.
Then my other guy jumps out and attacks. 16 to hit.
16 hits.
With a diving swing, he manages to deal 7 points of damage.
7 points of damage. The first Kenku drops dead. The other 2 Kenkus look over in shock. Totally terrified. As you may or may not know, Kenkus are unable to speak. They can just repeat what they've said in the past.
So, and my character...
And one of the Kenkus shouts out, please roll a D3.
A D3.
Mm-hmm.
D6. And so that is a 2.
In a thin, nasally voice, tie up the pretty boy in the back room. Follow the yellow signs in the sewers, he says.
Follow the yellow signs in the sewers.
Tie up the pretty boy in the back room. Follow the yellow signs in the sewers. He says this like it's a threat or something, but the words that he says don't make any sense.
My character thinks he knows what it means.
And it's Copper's turn.
I thought he already rolled his attack.
Oh wait, this is round 2, right? So that was Tin that just attacked? So now Bronze goes.
No, I go.
No, you're first.
Yeah, I haven't gone yet.
But yeah, you went twice. This is round 2 still. Bronze is getting his first action.
No,
Bronze just
I
comes
already
through the windows.
I already rolled all my guys.
Oh, Bronze attacked?
Yeah, I
Bronze
rolled.
killed him.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay,
The
so now it's
diamond
round 3. Steelheart's turn.
And you are up.
No, Steelheart's turn.
Oh, yes. Now, I'm going to... I land a 14.
A 14?
Yeah.
Hits.
Take 6 points of damage.
6 points of damage to the second one. Got it.
Number 1.
No, number 2. You already killed number 1.
No, that was number 3 I killed. Number 3 died. Remember, he was the guy who was attacking the door? He's dead. So time for number 1 to die. So I attack. Oh, so now my next guy goes. And he attacks. He charges up and on number 1 again. And he deals... Will a... What's it again? Oh, yeah. 17 hit. Will a 17 hit.
What's it again? 17's a hit.
17 hits?
Yep.
Take 4 points of damage.
Kenku number 2 is
No,
still...
3
3 points alive. Yep, still alive.
What's next?
The Kenkus. So one Kenku still alive, posted up against the dreaded Steelheart. He gets a 15 to hit.
My character's armor literally, he hits magical armor, so will that damage his blade a lot?
Yes, the blade is dented and chipped. It looks like it almost fractures. He strikes your armor so strong.
So it's almost broken into 2.
Correct, but the Kenku keeps coming on.
Any more
Cody.
strikes and it's destroyed.
And the other Kenku attacks one of your henchmen. He attacks Tin, and he gets an 11.
Just barely misses. Tim just moves back a little bit, and pushes in his stomach, and it just barely cuts into his shirt.
Got
Not
it.
his jacket. It's not currently buttoned.
Got it.
And now my last henchman. They're going to both attack number 1. First attack. Will a 13 hit.
13 is exactly what you need.
Take 7 points of damage.
He dies.
Now my next guy's going to attack him.
Yes.
And he
Uninjured.
misses.
Okay, that's the end of round 3. Round 4.
Okay, I'm going to attack.
Steelheart moves over and attacks the final remaining Kenku,
19.
who looks like he may be trying to escape.
Will a 19 hit.
19 hits.
But first and then take 9 points of damage.
I take 9 points of flail damage.
And my character says, tell me if you are still in what... My character says, tell me what's the name of Volo's companion again, Dad?
Floon.
Floon. Tell me where Floon is. Oh, write it down. I hand him a piece of paper.
He looks at you very seriously.
Unless
Kenku
you write
can't
it down.
Either. They can't write either.
What?
No, he still has a short sword out. He doesn't look like he's surrendered, Cody.
What?
But he looks at you very seriously. Roll a d2.
D2. So, 1.
With a deep voice and an orcish accent, the Kenku says, Xanathar sends his regards. And takes a swing with his short sword at you. He gets a 6 or a 9.
Oh, you forgot
But
my...
it's Copper's turn first.
Yeah. So, he's going to charge at him, seeing the blade poised to strike. Will a 19 hit.
19 is a hit.
He deals 7 points of damage.
Why does Copper do more?
He did 5 plus 2.
Oh, you're rolling damage dice.
Yes.
So you did how much?
He did 7 points of damage total.
dead. You've killed the 3 Kenku. So you're standing in a bloodbath. There's 12 dead humans. There are 3 dead Kenku. You're in a warehouse at night.
My
You just
character,
broke through the window.
my character's gonna take the weapons off of everything,
Alright, so you start disarming everything.
and I'm going to also check their pouches to see if there's any money.
Search the bodies for gold.
What's the total amount I collect?
So you get all the weapons. You notice that the majority of the dead people appear to be Zentarum, with only like 3 dead Xanathar Guild thugs.
Okay, so what are the weapons I collect?
You get 10 short swords and 5 foils.
Rapiers.
Rapiers.
Okay. I hand each of my character's assistants a rapier.
Okay.
And didn't I have 10 short swords now?
Yes.
And I hand them... And did I have collected any daggers?
Give me a perception check.
Yeah, because those are going to be harder to find. They're going to be concealed. Perception check 11.
There's a like a big
Half orc
thick
dagger.
in the corner. It's like a sheet, and you see what appears to be movement underneath the sheet.
And what do I find?
Do you go investigate?
Yes.
It appears to be there's a human hiding underneath the sheet. A well-dressed human.
Is your name Floon?
Floon, oh, poor Floon. You've come to rescue me, I assume. Thank God, thank God. Poor Floon. They must have gotten me confused with him.
What is your
The
name?
man stands up. He's regal in appearance.
I don't know if we got that to you or
Oh,
not.
yes.
What is it?
Yes, I got it.
What is it?
I think this is the introductory adventure for the Ravnica set, the Ravnica book. I think you did send me the PDF, but I
Okay.
didn't get a printout. I appreciate the
Cool,
printout.
yeah, no problem.
We will definitely run that soon. I somehow I've read it, and it's very funny. I saw Cherry Blossom or Cheryl Blossom.
Cheryl Blossom.
And I thought it was Cherry Pop Tart. I was like, oh my God. They can't bring that back, man. The bane of every comic book reader has to acknowledge the fact that they went through and read that at some point in their career,
Yep.
and we're all horribly embarrassed, and it should never have happened.
I've got a box of them in my garage.
Oh, you got to throw it away, man. You got. I mean, like at some point, there's gonna be a great moment where the last Cherry Pop Tart comic gets burned or thrown away, right?
Or exploded with TNT.
They're terrible, Cody. Most
What are
inappropriate
they?
ever.
They're inappropriate and are terrible.
Yes, yes. It was the 70s, Cody, and people just weren't making good life choices.
How much? So are they just being destroyed with TNT and pits?
Everyone's just embarrassed that they ever bought them. And like, how did we buy them? Like, have you ever sold any to anybody?
No,
Where did we get them?
I don't know. The woods.
Like comic shops in Berkeley or something?
Right, yeah. Someone give you a little wink and a nod.
Someone goes on a field. My parents took me to Hawaii, and I got these, because you couldn't buy them at your local shop,
Oh, no,
right?
'cause
They would
that
talk
was
about you. They would
reputation.
know.
So how did you get rid of yours? Fire
I don't
or
know.
TNT?
I might still have them too. They might be in a box in the garage. I should probably.
Yeah, Garrett's
When I got Alan Moore and his wife's comic,
Huh?
I came in and gave it to Will. I literally didn't know what it was. Like, it was a. I knew it had themes, right?
Yeah.
And I knew it was like retelling fairy tales, right?
Mhm.
So I thought it was going to be typical kind of Alan Moore stuff, and I get this thing, and I got like the deluxe super edition.
Oh yeah, the 3
Yeah.
hard slipcase edition.
And I was like, my wife isn't gonna let me have this in the house. Like, I gotta take this back.
I probably got your edition because I bought one used from Will. On top of the one I bought new. So I got 2 copies of that.
Oh, that thing is
So-
that thing is inappropriate, man. Very inappropriate.
So how did
Hello.
What's going on, man?
Doing
The
good.
shop's just closing up, dude. You can't be here so late.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
how did you answer? So
We
did
were-
you answer me?
Let's see. I told you about Steve.
Yeah.
Which one, Cody?
Remember the
So you know the guy?
Which guy?
pop culture show?
Oh, I meant the comic books that you said was inappropriate.
Yes.
How did you get rid of it when you were a kid?
I don't know, Cody.
TNT fire,
Probably
trash
fire.
can.
Fire is probably the best way to get rid of comics, huh?
Unless you had a stick of TNT in the house somewhere,
Well,
Yes.
then you would have used that.
Exactly.
Not because it would be easier, but because it would be a lot more interesting to watch.
Very true. Okay, so where are we?
Mm-hmm.
You've killed the Kenku. You've rescued a man from under that was hiding underneath the packing material in the corner, and he feels very guilty that Floon was taken instead of him. He believes that the kidnappers thought that Floon was me,
Where'd you get this from?
and when the Xanathar Guild came and attacked,
You write it down?
I put it in the book.
I was hiding, and they took Floon. He was unable to move. Floon was badly hurt in the abduction.
So my character says, "What's your name?"
My name is
Yeah, other people responded, I don't know why.
Renair
Renair.
Neverwinter.
So you're the noble.
Neverember.
Never.
Never.
My character is going to offer a hand up.
Yes, absolutely. He takes your hand and stands. The Xanatharum think my father embezzled a large amount of gold while he was the open lord, and that he hid the dragons somewhere in the city. They think they can find it by using an artifact called the Stone of Galore. Which was
Goldor.
in...
See the logo?
No, Golor.
Galore.
Golorr.
I hear it's the what? I hear
Which
it's
was in
the
the hands of Xanathar Gil until recently. Apparently someone stole it. The Zents thought I knew something about all this, but I don't. My father and I haven't spoken in years.
The hands and everything.
and my character says, "Isn't it the remaining body of an aboleth?"
I don't know. I've never seen it or heard of it. All I know is that it used to be in the possession of the Xanathar and it was stolen.
Oh, I know some details about it from legend.
Okay.
I've heard it. It looks like a stone with 3 eyes, and it's what remains of an aboleth.
Interesting.
But not just any aboleth, the most powerful aboleth ever.
Interesting.
Aboleth, the sworn enemy of beholders.
True.
The main articles. Yep, introducing the CBSI store directory.
And my character says, "Do you have any idea where Floon could be?"
Well, he was taken by the Xanathar Guild. After we were abducted by the Zents, they rushed this safe house and kidnapped him.
Okay.
Maybe there are some clues in the warehouse where they've taken him.
My character says, "Where do you live?" In
Well, I
what?
live in the castle ward, of course.
My character is gonna say, "Would you like some help getting there?"
Well, I think we need to find Floon, don't we?
Yes, but would you like... my character is going to ask rapier as I hand him a blood-soaked rapier I found on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
As I also throw him a short sword. You might want to take these, I say.
Excellent.
I went to Woody's. Nearby Tracy's. It's good. It's like a lot of it's like a chain, like.
I'm just...
I wonder where the evil Xanathar Guild would have taken my good friend Floon. We must get him back quickly. He was in very bad shape when he was abducted.
Oh, okay. I had to help Tracy
So
pick
the
up a lot of tape
It's been
a long time. Yeah, it took a while. Go get it.
well, I mean, your usual dinner, lunch, last
I didn't write too much right there. I just write R2.
It's in the thing over there.
Okay.
This is something Ryan Wynn assistant, or you did a sketch for that, those two dudes that came.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah.
So they're gonna pick up tomorrow from us.
Oh cool.
Where-
Oh, and then they got graded.
yeah, they graded it.
That's awesome. Did I got a call to find out.
So my character says, "Are you injured? Do you need anything?"
No, I'm not injured. I'm fine. I just need to find our friend Floon as quickly as possible.
Okay, my character says,
So,
"Do you have any equipment we could use, like armor?"
probably coming soon.
No, I was kidnapped from the streets. I have nothing.
Like back at your castle, do you have suits of plate mail?
Oh, I don't live in a castle, please.
Mansion, at
Just
least.
a comfortable home.
How'd you get it?
What is it then?
A small, comfortable home.
Then
My family is not from this city.
Yes, but back from your home.
Oh,
In
at
the
home,
other
yeah,
city.
we live in luxury. But here's just a cultural outpost.
And why?
Yeah, but you still do have some stuff there, like
Correct.
weapons.
Correct.
Maybe a suit of plate mail. At least some kind of
Yeah, but nothing that
armor.
would fit creatures of your
Yeah.
fellows of your size.
I'm talking about for you to wear.
Oh, I have no desire to track Floon. That is up to heroes. I am to be rescued. Thank you very much.
Then may I please have your weapons my weapons back?
Of course.
give them 50 cents a piece.
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
Have you searched the remainder of the warehouse looking for
Yes,
Floon?
I'll check.
Look, it's over.
Okay, so as you check the ground floor, Cody, give me a couple perception checks.
Only if it's something like
Okay, how many?
Let's do 2.
First one, 11. Next
Okay.
one, 11.
Okay. So as you're searching through the crates, you quickly realize that most of the crates that are here are useless, like rotting clothing or old boots or apparently things that have been stolen and stored here that they were unable to sell. So a lot of it is kind of old and dusty.
As well as covered in blood.
You do find one box of paintings depicting the cities of Luskan, Neverwinter, Silvermoon, and Baldur's Gate. They look like fine paintings, probably worth at least 75 gold pieces each.
Okay, I'm gonna take those.
Okay, take the whole box.
How many are there in
4
total?
paintings.
And how many more are there? Oh, and how many paint? And I'll search farther down.
Okay, give me some more perception checks.
How many?
2.
7?
menu for the place you just
7.
Okay, you don't find anything else on the ground floor. There are stairs leading up.
do breakfast or
No, I got the.
Okay, I'm gonna head up.
Okay, on the second floor, there's a large balcony overlooking the crates, right, that you were just looking at. There's also 2 offices. One of the offices, you hear what appears to be scurrying inside the
Yeah, yeah.
office.
I love the bacon.
Scurry.
Yes.
I'll head
I
up,
don't see why they
weapons
can't
drawn
go
again.
Okay, you kick in the door. It's rats scurry out behind a desk. There's a well-apportioned desk, a beautiful oak desk. It has drawers and a file cabinet behind it.
I'm guessing. And how much does it seem like it's worth?
The desk?
Yeah.
I don't know. It'd be hard to appraise. It would also be hard to move. It's very large.
How much money do you think it's worth?
I don't have any idea how to appraise a large wooden desk. Maybe 5 gold?
Okay, can a character with 14 strength move it?
Yeah, you can slide the desk, no problem.
With my character's assistance, can we lift it up and move it out?
And take it downstairs? Absolutely.
Yes.
If you move the desk away, Cody, it reveals a hidden door underneath the desk. A secret compartment, perhaps.
Okay, I'm gonna open it.
There's also a fluttering sound coming from one of the desk drawers.
I'll open up that desk drawer.
Inside the desk drawer, Cody, you find a magic item.
What is it?
It's called a paper bird.
What does it do?
It's a very kind of common tool for nobles and other rich people to send magic or messages to and from each other.
Is there
After
any-
you write a message of 50 words or fewer on the magic sheet of parchment and speak a creature's name, the parchment magically folds into a tiny paper bird and flies to the recipient, whose name you utter. The recipient must be on the same plane of existence in you, otherwise the bird turns into ash as it takes
That is
flight.
what you know, I do.
The bird is an object with 1 hit point, has armor class 13, and a flying speed of 60 feet, and a dexterity of 16.
Okay. So I open it up. Is there anything written on it?
No, it's an unused paper bird, but it flutters. The paper's
I
fluttering.
figured out that.
I place in my backpack.
Absolutely. So you have a paper bird magic item,
I showed you this on,
and
online.
the secret compartment leads into like a space between the 2 floors, and it travels about 10 feet to the rear of the building.
I didn't realize that. I would have thought just one.
So I'm gonna open it up. Weapons ready.
Okay. As you open this up, you hear a bell ring as you open the second door inside the secret room, and there's another crate there. It looks like it has. As you open the crate, there are silver trade bars, all black from corrosion, but worth 50 gold pieces each, and there's 10 of them. So 10 blocks of silver.
Okay, so 50 each. So 50 times 10 is
Yeah.
Once manufactured.
Yeah.
500.
Everything.
I take these, I take the desk, and then I'm... Okay, so 4 times 75. 75.
Funny when he complains about all the dynamite comics.
I can't measure that much money. How much would you say? What's
The paintings
75
are worth
times
300.
4?
75 times 4 is it's 150, right? 75 plus 75 is 150,
Yes.
and 150 doubled is 300.
So it's 300. Okay, now I'm gonna go to a shop and offer to sell everything I have. Brought them like a shop of merchandise, like furniture.
So you've got these paintings, and you've got these
silver.
a lot of silver that you found in a secret
It's
compartment.
rusty, but it's still valuable.
Blackened, yeah. It looks like it's been here for a long time. It looks like maybe even the Zentarum, when they took over this warehouse, they didn't know about this secret passage.
So this silver is ancient,
Correct. It might be very old.
and that means it could be long. That could be valuable if it's ancient.
Correct.
So you could sell it for a lot of money if it's ancient.
Correct.
Okay, so my character is going to offer them the silver for
Offer who?
500 to a shopkeeper.
Okay, there's no shopkeeper. You're in a warehouse. It's the
Okay.
middle of the night.
Okay, I'm going to move the desk with my character's assistant with all the silver in my backpack.
Okay, so you put the silver in your backpack. You've got the paintings. The desk doesn't seem to want to go down the stairwell very easily.
Okay, do I think it's animated?
As you're moving the desk to the stair, no, it's just heavy and awkward, and the stairwell's kind of narrow.
So it's hard, but can we do it?
You hear a loud rapping at the front door. Open up in the name of the city watch!
I'm like,
I've killed the Kenku, I yell.
You yell like, murder! Murder! And you hear smashing at the front door.
What do you mean? They kidnapped they kidnapped Earl Neverember. I was freeing him.
You're running downstairs,
Yes.
yelling this? Okay, as you're yelling this, running downstairs, you see guards, city watch, at the window that you broke through. They appear to be investigating that area, and they're smashing in the front door. Guards are pouring through the front door.
I open the
There's
door.
oh, you open the door? As you approach the door smashes down. 6 veterans come storming in, swords drawn.
This is how it is when I found it.
Alright, so you, hands up, you're not attacking
Yeah.
the guards or anything?
I throw out all my weapons.
Okay.
And I take out my boots. I pull out 2 slides, and I pull out my 2 daggers.
Captain Staggett walks in behind the guards, immediately recognizing Renair Neverember. What horrible crime has occurred here? He says as he looks at the dead bodies. More of the Z-War continuing to flood our streets.
Zentarum and Xanathar?
Correct. They've been at each other's throats for weeks now. We're not sure what started it, but the blood has run thick in the streets.
Yeah, I found Lord Errol Neverember here. I was looking for
What
Flu.
brings him? What brings you to such a horrible, destitute warehouse in the middle of the night?
I was searching for a friend of Volo's.
Ah, the great Volo.
Yes.
Lost. And so Renair steps forward. He says, Captain Staggett. Captain Staggett? Captain Staggett, it is great to see you and thank you. These men have rescued me from abduction and kidnapping. Unfortunately, Floon, friend of Volo, has been mistaken and taken away. And the guard scratches his chin and he says, we've had reports that many